Hey everyone, if you can hear this, give me 1 second and we will get started. Okay, hello. I'm just going to do a quick check and make sure you can hear me. This is what makes live video so interesting. Okay, hello. There we go. Okay, so let's get started. According to me, you can hear me. Today, we are talking about judgment. This is something that affects everyone, whether you're a business owner or not. Whether it's you judging yourself or receiving judgment from others in person, online, on social media, anyway and every way, judgment affects all of us. In fact, that's why I wore this very special shirt, because some of you saw it and you thought, you know what? I just love that shirt. And a few of you saw it and perhaps you judged my shirt. And what's funny is because you're judging my shirt, now I'm kind of judging you a little bit for judging my shirt. It's kind of a crazy phenomenon, this whole thing of judgment. So let's jump right in. The first thing I want to tell you is when it comes to judgment, one of the ways to create a foundation so that you can overcome it, because let's face it, we can get stuck in judgment, whether it's from ourselves or others. And, you know, it can feel like this record, this audio, this MP3 that's just playing over and over and over and over. So how do we break this cycle of this constant judgment that goes on sometimes? One of the best ways, I think, one of the best ways that has helped me is to have some type of anchor. This anchor is going to be your foundation. It can be something within yourself. It can be yourself. It can be another person. It might be your family. It could be a certain type of thought. But you have to have some kind of anchor that you can hold onto. This is your stake in the ground. It's like your declaration that I'm not going to let judgment overcome me. I'm not going to let it diminish me. I'm not going to let it reduce me. I'm not going to let it shrink me down, anything like that. So one of my anchors is this: I am getting judged anyway, and so are you. Anything you do, you get judged, right? I'm going to just check my comments here and make sure everything is okay. Anything you do, you're going to get judged. So whether you're single or divorced or married, divorced and then remarried, you're getting judged. Any type of car you buy, you're going to get judged. You know, the job you said yes to, the job you said no to, you're going to get judged. Your new hairdo, you're going to get judged. Anything you do, you're going to get judged. So what does it even matter? So the thing that comes up for me is this: since we're going to get judged, no matter what we do, no matter what we decide, we might as well go for our dreams. We might as well live the life that we want. We might as well go after creating whatever vision that is for our lives, for our families, for our relationships, for our businesses. We might as well go for it, right? You know what's crazy about judgment is I almost judged myself out of doing this video because I felt like, well, who am I to talk about this? You know, I haven't done deep research about judgment, all this stuff. And then it just hit me like, this is so stupid that I'm about to judge myself out of doing a video about judgment, which can help anyone who listens to it and takes it to heart. So all of us, when it comes to self-judgment, we're in a constant place of just letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Redirect your attention, redirect your attention, redirect your attention over and over and over again. Another anchor for me that helps me overcome judgment, let it go quickly, keep moving forward, is that I'm not going to be here in a certain number of years. In a few decades, I will not be here. I'm going to die one day. Not a very fun thought, perhaps, but I mean, even if you think about time, 10 years from now, am I really going to be thinking about, man, 10 years ago today, I did that horrible live. I wore that shirt. I used to like it then. I didn't like it now. No, you know, all of this is leading to the same place. Like there is an end point to our lives as the movie, right? And then the credits roll. So that's another big thing for me is, I have this one life here on earth right now. It's very unique and special, and I want to experience it as much as possible. The other things, I have two other anchors that help me. One is I want to make a difference. I want to contribute to people's lives. And if it's a private client or if it's one of my digital course students, I want my courses, my impact, what I've created to impact them, to help them get more results, help them build their businesses. So that's another reason, that's another way that helps me overcome judgment. And then the final one, and I love this phrase, is I have dreams on the line. So I have things I want to do that I want to make happen. I have dreams on the line, and I am willing to face judgment to make my dreams happen. And I'm sure that you are too. Let's move on to the second point. Is a lot of times what's happening with judgment is probably 100%, if you think about 100% of the judgment, probably 90% of it is in your head and 10% is in real life. So the moment that we let go of this judgment in our head and all the crazy thoughts that come with it, we have more space. Like we have more space to think, to be creative, and most importantly, to live in the moment. If you've watched any couple of movies over the last few years, a common theme is that fear is fear and danger is different from fear, that fear and danger are not the same thing. And a lot of times this fear of judgment, really the majority of it is playing out in your head. So like, for example, if you and I were at Target one day, and let's say we're strangers and I looked at you, you might think for whatever reason that I'm judging you. But maybe I'm not even looking at you. Maybe I'm looking at the thing behind you, which is coffee, and I want coffee. And you're thinking, he's judging me. He's judging my weight. He's judging me because I'm too tall. I'm too short. He's judging my shirt from Playa del Carmen. He's judging this. He's judging. And well, no, maybe I'm just looking for coffee and you happen to be standing in front of it, right? So a lot of times our mind just goes and goes and goes and goes with all of this kind of craziness happening. So I'm encouraging you to look at what's happening in your head with fear and judgment, and I'm inviting you to let it go. Next, the importance of being yourself, being your authentic self. This is really if you own a business or not, especially with service-based business providers or service-based business owners. We really do sell ourselves. We sell who we are. We sell our values. We sell our energy. We sell all of that stuff. And sure, we also sell, perhaps our education, our certifications, our expertise, our results that we've gotten for clients. And yet a lot of the time right now, especially nowadays, I'm seeing a lot of people going for service-based business owners really because of who they are and their stance and their personality. I actually did a LinkedIn poll a while back and it said, what is the number one thing you base hiring someone on? And it was who they are. It wasn't things like, do they have an MBA? Or do they have a master's in this? Do they have a certification in some kind of software program? All that stuff. It came down to who you are. So letting go of judgment allows you to be your authentic self in your business, whether it's on video, whether it's in written posts, any way that you express yourself. You need to know that authenticity is what people crave from you. Listen, we are so tired of fake and canned and spam. We're tired of automation on Instagram and LinkedIn. The LinkedIn one that says, oh, I see there you're this. I reviewed your profile and it looks like we could have some synergies together and blah, blah, blah. All of that junk is spam and it reeks of inauthenticity. And it's just another thing that compels people to want authenticity from the people that they work with. So far we've covered have an anchor, acknowledge the fear, move on anyway, and then being your authentic self. Listen, if you are your authentic self, you're going to open up more opportunities for yourself. It's just as simple as that. more people are going to hire you, more people will be drawn to you. Because when when you are your authentic self, you are no longer vanilla, and you actually start standing out. You're different. One person I follow on Instagram, he's a former Navy SEAL, and he said over the last 2 years, I started sharing more. He was a Navy SEAL, I think, for 12 years. He said, I started sharing more of myself and my truest stances on things, like my content, what I write, my videos, they all come from my heart. And he said, I was so afraid that people were going to, like I was going to lose thousands, tens of thousands of followers. And he said, I did lose some followers, but he said the followers that I gained from being my authentic self was shocking. And it was just sort of, it proved to himself that people are craving authenticity. So I'm inviting you today to be your authentic self. And finally, how do judgment and all this sort of emotional gooiness, how does it hurt creating higher revenue? You know, years ago, I worked on my MBA. I got my MBA, and I really thought business is logical. You just create the plan, you have your product, you sell your product, you make money, and then you try to sell more products and make more money and help more people with whatever the product does, right? And oh, no. If you are self-employed, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're doing your own thing, if you're like, it is you, your business is you, then you know that you cannot separate your business from your emotions. You just simply can't. Like, you can try to repress and shut down stuff, but all that stuff, you know, buried feelings never die. They're always there. So this whole piece of the emotions, it does impact your revenue. You know, the more you express yourself, the more you show up as your authentic self, the more likely you are to draw new clients to you or to get more people on your webinars or in your group coaching programs, whatever you're selling. So when you let go of these fears of judgment, you have more mental space. You get to be more creative. Your creativity, in my opinion, will probably open up. Because think about it. If you've just had 30% of judgment whirling around all the time, what's he going to think about this email? What are they going to think about this video? Am I sending this too early? Am I sending this too late? Do I need to check the grammar again? Do I need this? What am I wearing? Do I need to put makeup on for this meeting or whatever? All of that stuff is eating up your mental energy. So when you let go of all those judgments, all that negative self-talk, you have more creativity. You also have more bandwidth. And I also think it's easier for you to focus. It ups your focus so you can be in the present. You can be in the moment with whatever projects you're involved with. So that is really it. I wish I was looking at comments, but frankly, I'm not. But I will check out the comments right now and over the next few days. If something struck a chord, leave a comment. If you feel compelled to do so, if it's authentic for you, then share this wherever you're watching it. And but I really think there's this whole new level of freedom for you on the other side of letting go of judgment. For me, I realized that it was kind of like an onion, that there were layers and layers to this. And I didn't think this was affecting me. And as I've seen over the last month, oh, there's more to this. Oh, there's more. And I just keep letting it come off and come off. And that's why I'm actually showing up on video more nowadays. I just decided I'm letting go of this judgment. I'm going to show up. And if you like it, that's great. And if you don't, that's great. Either way, I'm committed to doing this and showing up as my authentic self. So that's it. Let me give you a quick recap with my amazing shirt here before I go. 1, make sure you have a foundation, some type of anchor, some anchor that helps you stay committed and helps you stay out of judgment. Actually, one of my stories I was going to tell you is years ago when I started going back to the gym when I lived in Vegas, the people I admired most at the gym, they were not the ones in shape. All the people that were ripped, people who had biceps bigger than both of my quads put together, I mean, I admired their discipline and such, but who I really admired was the person who was out of shape, who came into the gym. Those were the people I admired the most. The person who got on the treadmill and they could only do 5 minutes and then they stopped and they had to take a break. Those are the people I admired. You know why? Because they were choosing to face judgment head on. And I just thought that was so amazing. Another story for you before this is like the wrap up that wasn't a wrap up. I had finished this HIIT class, high interval intensity training or high intensity interval training. I had finished this class one day and I was talking to my trainer, Dan, and we were talking about Tough Mudder. Tough Mudder's a 10 to 12 mile obstacle run. So you crawl under things, there's mud, there's dirt, there's water, there's electricity, fire, crazy stuff, right? And this other guy in the class, really big buff guy, came over and he was listening to us, right? And I was telling him about the last Tough Mudder I did. The last one was actually years ago. But his friend literally looked at me and said, "You did Tough Mudder?" Like, I mean, this guy should not be in customer service at all, right? Literally just looked me up and down. "You did Tough Mudder with that body and those little arms and those you did Tough Mudder?" And it's like, "Yeah, I did Tough Mudder." And I'm going to do another one, right? So I just remember that was one of the most vivid experiences of like in my face. Thanks for judging me, right? And so some of you are experiencing this much more than I am. Some of you, I know, my heart goes out to you. I know you're dealing with judgment from friends, from family. You're trying to take your business to the next level and you're experiencing all those types of things. So just know I'm here. I'm cheering for you. I'm rooting for you. And like I said, make sure you have an anchor. Acknowledge the fear. Move on anyway. Be your authentic self because that's what people want and that's how you deserve to be able to live. And then finally, know that when you let go of that judgment, your revenue as a service-based business owner is going to increase. So hey, that is it for today. It's a beautiful day here in the Yucatan. My 2 kittens are going crazy. I hope you cannot hear them. And most of all, I hope the audio has been working because if my lips are just moving, this would be kind of embarrassing. But that's okay because I'm willing to face the judgment. So I'm Eric Z. Johnson. I hope you have a phenomenal evening and I will catch you later. Bye-bye.